I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog .stampwithelaine.com. The Lemon Zest bundle is now available for sale. That's the stamp set and punch, which is orderable at the moment. As you know, for a while our punches were stuck in German customs beyond Stampin' Up's control, which consequently led to back orders. And in order to alleviate the back order problem, Stampin' Up actually switched off the codes temporarily. So at the time of making this video and publishing, the Lemon Zest bundle is still available. Before I get on today's project, I wanted to share some exciting news. Now, we're already a week into July, but for the month of July, Stampin' Up brought back bonus days. So from the 1st to the 31st of July, you will receive a £4.50 coupon for every £45 you spend before shipping and handling. There are no limits on how many coupons you can earn, provided you reach the qualifying level. So if you spend £45, for instance, you get one. If you spend £90, you get two. And if you're flush enough and you can afford to spend £135, you can get three, and so on. If you earn multiple codes on a single order, you will receive one email with the multiple codes. But if you earn 3 separate codes on 3 separate orders, then you will receive 3 separate emails. Do keep these emails with the coupon code safe, because if you accidentally delete them or cancel the order in the meantime, these codes will be lost forever and they cannot be replaced. These bonus coupons can be redeemed from the 1st to the 31st of August, so if you've earned bonus coupons, make sure you redeem them by 31st August, as all codes, without exception, will expire on or after the 31st of August. If you haven't got a demonstrator and you live in the UK, I'd really appreciate it if you chose to shop online with me. You'll also receive a little thank you gift and a card as a token of my appreciation. Now, if you are flush enough to spend £135 to get 3 bonus coupons, you might want to consider becoming a part of the Stampin' Up team. And I'd love you to join my team, because also in July, all the new recruits will receive in their starter kit for just £99, the grid paper, snail adhesive, bone folder, paper snips, and also this Carols of Christmas stamp set, absolutely free. My promo talk is over. Let's get on to the card, and this is what we're going to make today. It's an easel card. Isn't that darling? Of course we'll need the stamp set, and this is the stamp we're going to be using, and we'll also need the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Don't worry about writing everything down, because I'll put all the measurements in my blog post. Cardstock you'll need, we'll start from the top. For the tab, this is in Tranquil Tide, and it measures 2 3/4 inches by 4 3/8 inches. In centimetres, that's 7 centimetres by 11.1, and you need to find the middle and just make a mark at 1 3/8 inches or 3.5 centimetres. Your card base is half an A4 sheet, and this measures 4 1/8 inches by 11 3/4 inches, and in centimetres that's 10.5 centimetres by 29.9 centimetres. With the long side on top, you score at 2 7/8 inches and 5 7/8 inches. In centimetres that will be 7.3 and 14.9. The mat for the top, that one is Tranquil Tide, 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. In centimetres, that's 9.8 by 14.3. The lemon lime twist to go on top is 3 3/4 inches by 5.5 inches, so that's 9.5 by 14 centimeters. The inside of the card here, you have a piece of fresh florals cut at 4 1/8 inches by 2.5 inches, so that's 10.5 centimeters by 6.35 centimeters. Tranquil tide for the inside of the card that sits on top of the fresh florals DSP is 3 7/8 by 2 1/4 inches. In centimeters, that's 9.8 by 5.7 centimeters. Next you have the lemon lime twist layer that goes on top of there, and that measures 3 3/4 inches by 2 1/8. In centimeters, that's 9.5 by 5.4. Also needs some scraps of Whisper White to stamp on and scraps of Tranquil Tide to punch the leaves out. Inks I'm using are Tranquil Tide and lemon lime twist. You'll need a sponge dauber, Wink of Stella, the Layered Leaves Dynamic Textured Impressions embossing folder, lemon lime twist, 1/2 inch finely woven ribbon. Mounted my stamps onto a block D and B, and the stamps I'm using are the lemon slice and the sentiments to my main squeeze. And happy birthday on a block H. For stitched framelits, we're going to be using the tiny circle, big shot and magnetic platform. Now to start with, I'll just do the easy bit first, and that's to glue my layers on inside the card. So Tombow glue on the back, the lemon lime twist onto the Tranquil Tide, and then that in turn onto the designer series paper inside the card. Okay, next I'm going to do a bit of stamping. I'll start with the lemon lime twist, and I'm stamping the slice. Take this Tranquil Tide and the sponge dauber, and I want to add a bit of ink in Tranquil Tide on the edges. Now I clean the sponge dauber every time I want to ink up the sponge dauber again, because it's got lemon lime twist on it and I don't want to get lemon lime twist on my ink pad. I think that's enough, so let's stamp that on. Clean my stamp and stamp a second slice. Stamp it in lemon lime twist again. I need to stamp to my main squeeze. There. Take my 1 3/4 inch circle punch, turn it upside down and punch out the lemon slice, or rather the lime slice. With one of them, I'm going to cut it in half, and the other half into a quarter in between the white lines. Bring back my sponge dauber and I'm going to dauber the edges. Next, shake up the Wink of Stella pen and just colour the segments to make it shine. I'll do this off camera and I'll be back. I'll set those aside to dry, put it somewhere safe so I don't lose them. Bring in my magnetic platform, my cardstock, and the smallest of the stitch shape circle framelets. Pop that on, top cutting plate, and I'll go and run that through the big shot off camera. I need to emboss the tab layer in the dynamic textured, it's a bit of a mouthful, embossing folder. So you only need one of the plates because of the thickness of the dynamic folder. So pop that in on your Big Shot platform. You don't need the thin die adapter, and you have just one of the cutting plates, and you're ready to run that through the Big Shot. So I'll go and do that off camera. I need to punch out some leaves. So I'll punch out 2 sets of leaves. Pop it on a mat and just draw some veins on it. And I'm going to add a bit of dimension to the leaves by sponging it. I'm swapping ink pads to Lemon Lime Twist so I can sponge these stitch circle framelets. Before I assemble the card, stamp Happy Birthday on the inside of the card. So take the smaller leaf and pop a dimensional on the back, and that is to stop the somewhere for the easel to rest on. So I want this designer series paper to show, so I'm going to align the edge of that with the edge of the designer paper. Do the same with this quarter slice of lime, and I'll cut this slice into an 1/8. I've applied Tombow to the back, and I'm just going to position that in there. I think I might want to trim that leaf a little bit because it's a bit wide, so let's do that. That's better. Bring in our glue dots, enamel dots, and I'll pop one, say about there. So that's the inside finished. Oh dear, I forgot to press record. Anyway, I had made a cut in the middle of the card, then I cut from the corner to the centre on either side to make the tab. Next I need to glue my layers on. So Tombow, good old Tombow, this one first, Lemon Lime Twist onto the Tranquil Tide. You need to remember that when you apply the adhesive, you only want to apply adhesive on this bottom half. But before we do that, we want to put our ribbon on. Get my ribbon scissors and move that ribbon around a little bit and trim it off. Tear and tape on the back. Attach it to the front of the card on the easel portion. I'll attach that there. Pop a dimensional on the back of that. Attach the other side. Partially covering the full lemon slice. Some glimmer dots. To make sure I don't accidentally put glue on the side that I don't want glue on, I shall put double-sided tape on this portion here. I'll just apply glue on the bottom here. Take the strip off. Make sure that's glued down. And that's the card finished. Can you see the wink of Stella? I don't know. There we go. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe or share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I used below this video in the Show More section with direct links to my online store. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.